Hi, I'm Dr. Alan Widener from MassageChairRelief.com, and today we are visiting with Butch Spiller, who is one of our customers that was at our Arizona store. And Butch has been kind enough to visit with us and chit-chat a little bit about his buying experience and about his massage chair experience. Thank you, Butch, for being here today. I appreciate you being here.
Quite all right. Be happy to be here.
How hot is it in Arizona? Are you in a hot spot or is it colder there?
Arizona is pretty warm. We're still in the 110 areas, so.
Oh, really? Holy
yeah,
cow.
it's pretty warm around here.
Are you close to the Phoenix area?
We're about 60 miles south of Phoenix. We're in a little town called Eloy, which is 60 miles south of Phoenix.
Oh, well, I envy your weather in the wintertime. The summertime, it takes a special breed to handle that. It's kind of like I'm from Canada, and in the summertime, it's wonderful, but in the wintertime, it takes a special breed to survive up there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Exact opposite contrast. Well, Butch, thanks for being here today. And as I mentioned before we started talking, these videos are helpful to other folks who are looking for a massage chair, trying to decide on what they want to get and what's the right chair for them, maybe some consideration for the right retailer. But anyways, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you, tell me a little bit about your journey to getting a massage chair. How long have you been searching? What did you go through?
Well, my particular situation, I had a really nice reclining chair in my little man cave, and it sort of got to the point where it was a little long in the tooth, and it was time to get rid of it. And I was trying to figure out how to replace it or what to replace it with, and it occurred to me that what I really might like to replace it with was a massage chair, which I knew nothing about at the time, and I had absolutely no knowledge or buying experience with it. What I did was I went through, did some research on the internet, and I found a particular chair that I thought might be exactly right for me, for what I was looking for. And it was in the right price range and so forth and so on. And I decided to, I was a little bit concerned, quite frankly, about buying it, mainly because I didn't want to be put in a position where I called several retailers to see if they had the exact chair in stock that I could try it on, and nobody had that one for me to see how comfortable it was. So I ran into a situation where I was a little concerned about buying one if I didn't have a chance to actually try it out.
Right.
The other concern I had was maintenance on it, and I wasn't quite sure how these chairs run 200 or 300 pounds, and I couldn't imagine throwing it in the back of my Subaru and taking it someplace to be repaired. So that was my other concern. And I went to your website, to the relief website, massage chair relief website, and I was interested to find out that in the first place, you had a 90-day return policy. And instead of having to buy it someplace and return it back to China or something, it was much easier. It would have been much easier to return it 60 miles or 50 miles from my house. So that was a big influence as far as the buying process. The other thing is, I noticed on your website that you had a policy of a lifetime hard labor repair, in which somebody would come to my house and fix it if there was something wrong with it. So both of those made a big impression on me. And I mentioned to my wife that, boy, I'll tell you, these people are willing to take it back in 90 days, and they're also willing to come out and fix it whenever we need to be fixed. And she says, well, that sounds like a no-brainer. So I called your store, and I talked to, I think it was a man named Sean, and I said, is it really true that you guys will allow me to return this thing in 90 days if I don't like it? And he said, yes, we're willing to do that and give you a full refund. And I said, how about this hardware? How about this repair policy of having a labor repair at no charge for the life of for the life of the chair. And he said, yes, absolutely, we have that policy. So I figured if that was the case, I was going to go ahead and make it and order the chair. So I asked Sean whether he could make me a hell of a deal or something like that. And he called me back a few days later, or a few minutes later, really, and told me what he could do, and I appreciated it. And I finally ordered the chair.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we received it, I tried it out and tried it to make sure that it was comfortable and all that kind of stuff. And it was just great. It seemed great, and there was no reason to return it. So I'm really happy with it.
Well, we probably put the cart before the horse a little bit here, but the chair that you got is the Osaki 4000T, and that is the chair. So that was the chair you kind of had eyeballed even before you called us. You went online, and that was the one you wanted.
Right.
Well, that's interesting because a lot of people will go through all these different models and go this way and that way, unsure what model to pick, but it sounded like you kind of just knew right from the get-go what you wanted.
Well, I usually do a little research and find out what I'm looking for. And I looked into some of the other chairs, and I also did a little research on the capabilities of each chair and what some of them do. And most of them seem to have similar capabilities as far as the type of massage and the type of airbags, that type of thing. So on this particular one, it just looked like it would fit what I needed. And basically what I was looking for is something that would be really comfortable to relax in, watch YouTube videos or read a book or something like that. And this chair fit the bill for it.
Did you have any like that you're willing to share? Any symptoms you had, like, yeah, I needed something for back pain, I needed something for headaches, for whatever, or was it mostly just to relax in, to replace your other?
It was mostly to relax in. I tend to get a sore shoulder every once in a while, and the chair does have an airbag massage that pushes in the shoulder and really helps that. Also, my lower back sometimes tends to get a little bit out of place, especially in the morning, and the chair makes a big difference.
So the chair has helped you in the ways that you kind of hoped it would, or are there ways that it's helped you that you hadn't even planned on, or you didn't even realize it was going to help you for it?
Yeah, I found that I really enjoy this. There's several different massage capabilities on it, but there's a Thai massage that really is great and really makes me feel great. And usually I use it first thing in the morning, and it sort of wakes me up and gets me ready to go and raring to go. So it's a great massage.
How often would you say, on average, you use the chair? Is it like once a day, a couple of times a week?
I use it every day.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got that chair. We've got, I think, 5 or 6 of them, maybe more, in the Salt Lake Airport, both airports, the major international airport and the secondary municipal airport. And those chairs are for the employees, and they take a beating. I mean, those employees sit on them every day, all day. And boy, that chair holds up. That 4000T that's a workhorse. I think that's the chair that kind of put Osaki on the map when they first started, and we've been very happy with that chair. Mm-hmm. And obviously, it sounds like you're quite happy with it too. But I think it's going to be able to put up with a lot of use over the years. I think it's built for that.
It is a great chair.
Now, for what would you say you like most about the chair? Is there any particular features that you really dig, or you really seems to help?
Well, in the first place, the chair has a small, in addition to the regular remote that's up on a little stand, it has a small remote that's magnetically attached to it, which you can use if you're leaning all the way back. So you have a second remote really on the thing, and that's really a nice feature for it, and I think, and that's very helpful too. Yeah. As I mentioned, I really like some of the massages that were built in, however they call them, the program massages that are in there. That I think that some of them are really great. I think that the chair has, and I didn't even realize it at first, but it has the ability, if you're in a regular massage, to have a spot massage, to hit a button, and it just stays on that spot if you have a particular spot that's bothering you or something like that. So that's very, very helpful. And I find that works out well.
That was a pleasant surprise. Now, is there anything you don't like about the chair? If there was something you could change about it, what would it be?
Um, well, I'll tell you, the first place, there were two problems I had with it at the very beginning. One of them, and both of them, by the way, incidentally, you called me about. I had called the store and got I called the store and said I had some questions, and you returned the call. And it was mainly a situation that since I didn't buy it in the store and just had it delivered, I had to figure out how everything worked.
Yeah.
And you were very helpful in that call and helped me out with it. But one of the problems I had at the beginning was that I didn't realize that there's a timer on it, and you can set the time anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes, I believe it is. And one of the problems I had is when I started using the chair, I would try to lean back and relax or something like that. And all of a sudden, after 15 minutes or something, the chair would just sort of throw me out. And the timer would go off, and it was sort of like one of those ejection seats in a jet plane. And I didn't have a parachute to land, so it really that really surprised me. And the other problem I had was there's a roller in the back that with the massages, and you have to if you don't want it right in the center of your back if you're trying to relax because it's uncomfortable. So the whole idea is to get that roller all the way down below or already up below your neck or something like that, so it's out of the way. And that really concerned me and bothered me at the beginning when I was trying to relax in it. But as I say, I had talked to you about it, and you explained to me how to deal with that, and that really helped a lot and solved the problem. So those were the two issues that I had to start with.
Okay, good. Well, I appreciate you sharing those. Those are valid points. And you know, every chair has this little nuance of certain things that that people aren't familiar with. They learn about, or there's always something that there's no chair out there that's 100% perfect for everybody. There's always something that maybe you don't like, or you weren't that hot with, or it wasn't that great to have when you first started with the chair. But you just kind of grow to love it, and you work your way around some of those little inconveniences or some of those those idiosyncrasies of the chair. But once you've found a chair that you like, my goodness, it's pretty easy to forget about the little things like that because the benefit of the chair is so great. Now, for anybody else who's out there looking, I know people that are going to be watching this video, they're looking for tips for what direction to go with buying a chair. Any advice that you'd have for someone that is searching for a chair? Anything that you felt was quite important?
Well, I think one of the items, and it certainly made an impression on me. One of the items is to try to buy something locally and be able to. For me, I couldn't actually try it out because nobody had that particular chair in stock. But my suggestion would be to find somebody locally that sells it. And then if you have a problem or have a situation where you need a